But now let's get into zombies. So let's talk about the pros of zombies. So first off, we have the customization, and oh my god, Treyarch absolutely blew it out of the park with the customization in this game. So first you've got the perks, the Elixirs, and the Talisman. Now they removed Juggernog, Double Tap, and Speed Cola, and they added in a whole array of new perks. And it works beautifully in my opinion. You have the perks, the Elixirs, and the Talisman, which you can put on your class before the game starts, and there's so many to choose from, and there's actually a tactical like thinking when you go put them on, you know? They put a lot of the sort of decent but not great Mega Gobblegums from Black Ops 3 into this game as classics, like Aftertaste, Temporal Gift, Burned Out. They're all classic Gobblegums, and it's really fun to sort of use them and have a tactical thinking, you know? They have one called Nowhere But There, where you can teleport to one of your down teammates and actually just revive them pretty easily with that, because the maps are really big, and so it's kind of hard, you know, when you have to run across the entirety of the map. But that makes it really cool, so you can think, like, do I want to put on a Temporal Gift so that in the early rounds, if I get a double points or a fire sale, I can go ahead and pop that, you know? The perk system, it's like, do I want to run this perk in this slot? Because if you run it in the Odin or the Tonic perk, then you gain a modifier on your perk. Now, this will increase the price, but it also gives your perk an extra ability. So if you have Mule Kick, for example, if that's your modifier, when you go down and you rebuy Mule Kick, you will get that weapon back, and you also switch weapons faster when you have all of your guns. So that's really fun, and it makes it really cool. There's a modifier for every single perk, and I think that this is just really fun, really innovative system. And then Talisman are also sort of like Gobblegums and Elixirs in a way, where you put them on before the game, but this auto-activates at the beginning of the game, and it lasts for the entire game. So you can have stuff where you start the game with an LMG, you can have stuff where your shield has more durability, you can have one where you don't lose your, like, Cola perk throughout the entire game. It's just, they're really cool to work with, and adds another thing of content, and I really enjoy it. Then you've got the starting weapons that you can choose. You can choose between pistols, you can choose a shotgun, you can choose an SMG, and I think that that's really cool in a way, you know? I've always wanted to be able to choose a starting weapon. You can also choose the starting grenades, the Wraithfire. Absolutely beautiful, and I love that. You've got the special weapons, which you can choose before the game. You have a different set for the Chaos and the Aether storyline, which is just so cool. They're all really cool. They all have their own unique abilities. You can level them up to level 3 in game. I'll talk about that more later, but I think that they are just so cool. I'm so glad that they did this with them instead of doing like with Black Ops 3, and they just make the game a lot more fun. Then you've got the player customization. You can actually unlock stuff through the Halloween event, which they have in Zombies, and you can put on like face paints and stuff for your different characters, and you can choose different camos. There's a bunch of attachments you can do. You can put the operator mods on the guns in Zombies. I love how they put the camos in there, and it's just so cool, guys. Then you've also got prestige icons when you hit Master Prestige. So they just added this into the game, but once you hit Master Prestige, you can level up more and you can unlock different player icons, and they actually have all of the prestige icons from Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. So you could go into the game running with the skull and shotguns from Black Ops 2. I know that's what I'm going to be using when I get there. I'm so excited. It's so cool. I love the amount of customization they put into Zombies. You can tell that they were really trying to have so many things that you could do to make yourself look cool, to change your different classes, and I love it. So next up, we have the content and replayability, and this is so amazing, guys. So much more replayability than any other Zombies game that came before it. To start us off, we had 4 maps at launch. Can you believe it? 4 fully fledged maps that are absolutely insane. First, you have 9, Voyage of Despair, Blood of the Dead, and Classified, and each one has its own unique set of stuff. It has their own style, their own atmosphere, their own wonder weapons, and they have 2 new crews, 2 new storylines, guys. It is absolutely insane that they have all of this content shoved into one game. This is twice as much as we had with Black Ops 3. I'd be willing to say more than twice as much, because with Black Ops 3, we had 1 new base map, and then we had the giant remaster. Now we have 4 maps, one of them, which is a remaster, is Classified, and that's even got some new areas. Then you have 3 pretty much completely brand new maps. Sure, Blood of the Dead is a remake of Mob of the Dead, but I think that is different enough to where it should be classified as its own map. It is basically completely different. So the next up, of course, you have the customization, the operator mods, the perks, and the prestiges. You know, these just add a lot of replayability to the game. You can try so many different strategies with the perks and the elixirs and the talisman combinations. You can use the different starting weapons. You can get the operator mods on the guns, which work different from multiplayer. And then you have the special weapons, which you can use differently. Now, they do level up as you go in the game, and they unlock new abilities. So pretty much whenever you have it at level 1, most of them will only have an RT attack. And it'll be like a melee or like a shoot. And that's pretty cool. When you get it to level 2, it'll also sometimes, depending on the weapon, gain a left trigger attack also. And then when you get it up to level 3, all of them will unlock an RT-LT thing, like you're using your... like you push down on both of them at the same time, and it'll do a really cool ability. Like if you have the death machine in the Aether storyline, you do that, you throw the death machine down, and it just nukes. It just creates a nuke on the map. If you have the Ragnaroks, you place it down on the ground, and it'll revive all the teammates within it, and they'll keep their perks. If you have the Viper and Dragon, you kind of do like a with the sword, and then it makes like a thing swirl around the zombies, and it acts sort of like a monkey bomb. They all have their own unique thing when you press these triggers, and adds so much replayability to go and try out all of the different special weapons, level them up to level 3, go for round 50 runs and try them all around 50 and see how good they are. And they are really good, guys. They actually shred through the zombies. They shred through the bosses. It's so cool. Then they also have more game modes than ever. Not only did they add 4 maps at launch, but they have so many new game modes that they added into the game. They have Zombies Rush, custom mutations, and different difficulty modes. Rush is sort of like a... You know, you don't have to gain points, but gaining points is like the scoring system of the game. But all the doors are free, the weapons are free, the mystery box is free. But you sort of have an objective, which is like, go defend this area for a certain amount of time. So you'll go into that area, you'll kill a bunch of zombies, they'll drop little points things on the ground that you have to go pick up. And it's really fun to play with your friends because it's sort of like Grief, where you're playing against each person into the game, but at the same time, it's like you're trying to defend this area, you're working together, even though it's still a competitive game. And it's just, I really like Zombies Rush. It's sort of difficult, but easy at the same time. And I just really enjoy it. They've also got custom mutations, which is like a custom game where you can change all the different settings for zombies. You can make the health increased. You can make the zombies harder. You can make the zombies easier. You can have Pack-a-Punch already open. And I think it really helps the players that might be new to the game. I know that one of my friends, she was kind of struggling in the normal difficulty. So she went into custom mutations, played around with the settings a bit, and now she's getting better, and now she's playing normal because originally it's like if she was just playing normal, she wasn't good enough and she was getting mad at the game. But once you go and make the settings easier and you get a feel for all of the maps and you get used to all the mechanics of the game, it gets a lot more fun and you can go back into normal and then wreck some zombies. And then you also have the different difficulties. You have casual, normal, hardcore, and realistic. Realistic is actually terrifying. The zombies have increased health, increased speed. It's a 2-knife on round 1 and you only get 1 hit and then you're dead. And people have beat the 9 Easter egg. People have beat the 9 Easter egg on realistic. Don't ask me how, but they did. It's insane. I love it. And you get more XP for doing this too. So that's just more content, more replayability, more ways to grind. You know, go for round 50 on realistic. You know, it's just so cool. I want to try to do realistic and get to like round 20 because that stuff is difficult. So finally, we have the gameplay, and this is probably the most important part of any zombies game. Is the gameplay actually good? Sure, you can have the customization, sure you can have the content, that's all good, but it only makes the game better if the core gameplay is really good. So is Black Ops 4 Zombies' core gameplay good? Yeah, it's really good. All of the maps are outstanding. On 9, you have the challenge system, which I think is the best challenge system in any zombies game ever. The challenges aren't tedious, but there's a lot of them that you can do, and they give you really cool rewards, like a Pack-a-Punch starting pistol, an extra perk. So cool, and they're not so annoying like Zetsubo no Shima's challenges. They just kind of flow extremely well. I don't know, there's just something about them that's so cool, and I like it. Then you have the bosses, which are crazy hectic. It just spawns a bunch of bosses at you. There's a bunch of different types of bosses. And sure, they might make the map crazy. And you might think, well, isn't that kind of like Exo Zombies, where they had so many different types of zombies that it made the game terrible? No, because that's what happened through every single map. And it's like, why do you have 20 different bosses in this every single map? But the map is sort of made so that you have all these different zombie types and all of these different bosses. And it's just hectic and crazy. It's really the only zombies map ever made that is like this. They're just throwing bosses at you every round. You just have like 5 gladiators and a Blightfather chasing after you. And it's so hectic. You're sprinting around the Coliseum. The crowd's like, go, go, go. And the fire's coming up out of the ground like, psh. You're just like, what the hell is going on? This is literally insane. But that's why I really like this map. There's just no other zombies map where you have that sort of hectic feeling all the time like you do. Such a great challenging map too. Although it's probably one of the easiest out of the new zombies maps. It can get really difficult and really crazy. There's been so many moments where I've just clutched out situations and it's just so cool. This map is great. The Easter egg is great. The way that you get Pack-a-Punch is simple yet rewarding. I love 9, man. Then you got Voyage of Despair, which is actually probably my least played out of all the maps. I don't know why. I just haven't been playing it as much, but it's a really good map. It's the Titanic. I'd say it's about 94-95% accurate to the original Titanic. It's really cool. You know, the Easter egg is pretty fun. The boss fight, there's just so many small little Easter eggs you can do, and then the main Easter egg is challenging, but it's also fun. And I really like that about it. And then you've got Blood of the Dead, which is the Mob of the Dead remake. Again, this map is basically its own map. Sure, you can still get like the Golden Spork and the Hell's Retriever and Redeemer, but there's different ways to get it. It's not like the original map. The dog head locations to get the Retriever are in different spots, and they've added complete new sections of the map. It's crazy, guys. The way that you get Pack-a-Punch is different. The shield has a freaking, you take a key, you go, and the zombie just starts floating into the air. It's so cool, guys. This map is great. I haven't played it enough to where I know it's better than the original, but, oh, I love it so much. You got the new Magma Gat, which is really fun to use. You've got a bunch of new, just stuff. There's so much new stuff on the map, guys. It's so much fun. It flows really well. You can go different ways, you know. It's like, do you want to fill up the dog first? Do you want to turn on power and then go up the catwalk first to get a bunch of points? Do you want to go for your shield first? It's like, do you want to go for the Golden Spork first and then go for your Redeemer? You can go for your Redeemer before the Spork. Do you want to do that? It's just so much cool stuff. I think that the map flows really well. So then this game just has a bunch of cool stuff. Like, I'd say that this has the most like wow factor out of any zombies, because first off, you've got the special weapons. All of the special weapons, you pull it out, you're like, wow, this is it. This is crazy. This is so cool. You got the bosses. Oh my gosh, there's so many bosses. This is so cool. The crowd. You've got the Pack-a-Punch. You've got the shield where you pull it out. On 9, you have like a little knife thing. You're holding the shield like this. You're like, but then you can shoot with it. You just put it in the gun. You're like, it's like, what the heck is happening? This is insane. Then you've got the shield on Blood of the Dead where you got the Spirit Blast. There's a bunch of just crazy things. You're doing the Blood of the Dead Easter egg. You hold X on the Warden after the one part. He just starts floating into the air and the thing's crashing around. It's like, what is happening? Then you have the new drops. There's only really one new drop, and that's the full power, which automatically recharges your special weapon, which I think is a really good addition to the game. But they also changed up a couple of the old drops a little bit, like the max ammo. Now it refills all of your ammo. What it used to do is if you had like, say you had the death machine, sure, that thing got over 1,000 shots, but the clip was like, I think it was like 500 shots in the clip. So you'd have 1,000 overall, but once you shot all of the ammo out and you got the max ammo, you'd only get 500 back. So that was kind of gay. But now the max ammo refills your clip and the reserve, so you don't even have to reload before the max ammo. And this is just such a great addition, guys. I love it. And the Carpenter, guys, listen to me right now. The Carpenter is actually a god tier drop now. They changed the Carpenter to where instead of only repairing barricades, now it not only repairs the barricades, but it repairs your shield. Oh my god, this is so good for going for the Easter egg. And now if you're in the boss fight arena on Blood of the Dead, they give you a max ammo and a Carpenter. It's like, we've come to the point where you get a max ammo and a Carpenter, and those are the two best drops in the game. Oh my gosh, I can't even, guys. Then finally, you got the Wonder Weapons. They're all really fun. You got the Kraken on Voyage. That thing is absolutely insane. You got the Death of Orion on 9, you've got the Blundergats on Mob, and you have the Winter's Howl on Classified, which is actually a lot better than the original. This thing is actually useful, thank God. Then you have the Elixir system, which I think is really balanced out. They sort of changed it in an update, and I'm going to talk about that in the cons, but as it was, they were really balanced. I really like the way that they took some of the megas and made them into commons now. I think it adds a lot more strategy, a lot more fun, and a lot more replayability to the game, and it doesn't make it as easy as Black Ops 3. The game is still challenging, it's still not extremely difficult, but it's a lot harder than it was in Black Ops 3, because Black Ops 3 was so easy. Just get Perkaholic, shopping free, get everything set up, and you're basically invincible. You got Juggernog, you got Speed Cola, you got Quick Revive, you're just out here dabbing on all the zombies, but now, you don't have Juggernog, you don't have Speed Cola, you don't have Double Tap. What are you gonna do? You gotta use new perks, you gotta use new elixirs, you can't have all those Perkaholics coming around. So much better. I love it. And the final thing that I want to talk about that I kind of glossed over is the Pack-a-Punch system. Now, when you Pack-a-Punch, you can Pack-a-Punch 4 times, and each time that you Pack-a-Punch, it'll give you plus 25% damage to your gun. So basically, after you double Pack-a-Punch it 4 times, it costs 2,500 each time, but you'll get 100% more damage. Then after that, it decreases to 1,500, and it'll only give you a different double pack ability each time. They did add new double pack abilities. They have Cryo Freeze, which does kind of suck. And then they took out Fireworks, and they took out Thunderwall. So they took out 2, they added 1. I don't really know why, but they did nerf them a lot, so they're also not as OP as they were in Black Ops 3, which I really like. And I will get on to the cons right now. Alright, so I just ate dinner because I need to refill my energy, because right now we're going to be talking about the cons of zombies, and my god, there are quite a bit. So yeah, this is the best Call of Duty game when it works, but zombies, oh boy, zombies. So let's start off with the elephant in the room. The game crashes. Let's see, it's been, what, almost 4 weeks that the game's been out? And how many patches have they updated fixing the stability and crashing? I don't know, like maybe 3 or 4 of them. Has it fixed the game crashes? Nope.
Oh my
fucking god.
Where's it at?
Oh my god. Why? We just completed the Simon Says 2!
Blood of the Dead Easter egg. At least 5 times that I can think of, where something has gone wrong. The first 2 times, the game crashed. The 3rd time, it said migrating hosts. In a custom game. It's a private lobby. Why the heck is it migrating hosts? And then it kicked the host out. Next game, just randomly kicked the host from the game. 5th game, migrating hosts again. It's like, you know what? Just done. Just done with this Easter egg. And so I'm not going to be doing the Easter egg again until the game is fixed, because it's really annoying, you know. You put so much time, put so much effort, 5 times, and nothing, absolutely nothing comes out of it, because the game right now is just, it's so unstable. Like, it released in such a bad state. The gameplay is so good, but it just, you can barely play it at all. Like, my god, Treyarch, please fix the game. Then you've got the Nebulium Plasma and XP. Takes a little bit too long to get the Nebulium Plasma, and I don't understand why it's in, like, the increments that it is. I feel like it was kind of better with the Divinium, where it was 1, 2, and 3, but now it's, what, like, 30, 45, and 75 or something like that? Like, what? That's kind of whack. Hey guys, Ben from the future here, and I just want to address some other things that I may have missed. So first of all, we had the Nebulium Plasma, and this really makes me very mad. So I said how the new Nebulium Plasma system I don't really like. Well, apparently it's even worse. So in order for you to open up a 75 Nebulium Plasma drop, which gives you 3 elixirs and then a talisman, okay? You know, in Black Ops 3, if you opened up the 3 liquid divinium thing, it was what, like maybe $1, maybe $2? Like, that's not so bad. Guys, it is $5 in Black Ops 4. $5! That is a third of a DLC pack for Black Ops 3. What? That is so steep. $5 just so I can get 3 elixirs and a talisman? Are you literally... What were they thinking? Activision. Come on, man. That's crazy. They don't even have COD points out yet for the Xbox. They're only on PlayStation. But this is literally disgusting. This is a terrible business practice that they pulled over into the black market. But this is worse than the black market. The black market, yes, it's $200 to get to the final tier. But you can grind through that. Nebulian Plasma takes way too long to get in game. And now it's $5 for 1 spin. Who the hell thought of that? I'm sorry, that just... Whew. Yeah, I'm kind of mad about that. But the second thing that I wanted to say is the classified Easter egg of me filming this video has just been found out. You get to round 150 on classified. Hey, that's cool. I'm all down for that. That sounds like a fun challenge and you get a cool reward. But you can't do it! It blue screens. No one can get it legit because the freaking game blue screens and crashes before you can get to round 150. The game's been out for almost 4 weeks and people had to glitch to find the classified Easter egg. This is terrible. How does it take over 4 weeks for you to fix your game so you can do the classified Easter egg? This should have been fixed day 1. Do you not have game testers testing the gosh darn Easter eggs of your map? What? I literally have no idea how this could have slipped through. I understand, oh hey, one of the parts is glitched for the Easter egg. Now we've gotta fix it on a couple days into the game. It's almost 4 weeks into the launch. What the hell, Treyarch? You can't even do the Easter egg, which is round 150. There's not a step for you to fix. You just have to make it to where you can get to round 150 unclassified, which shouldn't be that hard because the map is simple as hell. How hard is classified gonna be running over Blood of the Dead? But you can't even do the Easter egg because it just doesn't work. 4 weeks into the game, and the Easter egg doesn't work. My God, this game is in such a bad state, and I know that Treyarch put out a message or something a day or 2 ago saying that they're listening, but God, it's so aggravating. Okay, I needed that rant. Thank you, guys. You've also got the XP. Feel like the XP takes a little bit too long to get. Then you've got the customization glitches and stuff in zombies, and I don't know, I have to think that these are glitches because they couldn't have just not put this in the game. You can't equip signature or mastercraft weapons in zombies. You can't equip the gold camo, diamond camo, or the dark matter camo in zombies, and it just doesn't make any sense at all. These things are just not there for you to put on. And for the longest time, the clan tags weren't able to be put on the gun. Like the clan tags and the kill counters for new prestige weapons, they finally updated that to put it in. I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. You've also got that there's no black market for zombies. Thanks, Treyarch. You just give multiplayer the black market, and then they're like, zombies? Oh, they're fine. We'll just give them a Halloween event with 4 face paints. Excuse me, Treyarch? Can you not? Sure, I'd say that this system was better than multiplayer Battle Pass, because with the multiplayer black market, it takes a little bit too long to grind through those levels. And for zombies, you just have challenges that you do, but you only have 4 tiers pretty much, and they're all just face paints. Thanks, Treyarch. Great Halloween event you're doing for us. Thanks. I really appreciate it, guys. Really appreciate the love and care you're putting in for zombies. Then, they just put out an update a little while ago that changed the elixir recharge times. It used to be, oh hey, the elixirs recharge after 1 round. Now it takes about, what, 4 rounds for the elixirs to recharge? Like, god, and then they nerfed them too. Like, aftertaste used to last until 1 down. Now you only get about 3 to 5 minutes on it, and you can only use it once every, what, 3 rounds, I think? I think it's actually 3 rounds, not 4. But it's still, like, you're gonna actually have a really balanced elixir system where none of the elixirs are overpowered and it adds a lot of skill, and then now you just can't use them! You just can't use them. It's like, thanks. That's cool. That's great. I wanted to not be able to use my elixirs. So good, Treyarch. That's just magnificent. Then you've also got the fact that there's no emotes in the game. This one's kind of a little nitpick, but I think it'd be really cool if you could just put in the emotes in zombies. I mean, they have them for the zombies characters in Blackout, so it wouldn't be that hard to just port them into zombies, but whatever. And then finally, you have the underpowered perks. So this is things like Death Perception and Widow's Wail that just kind of serve no purpose, really. You know, their modifiers are meh. The perk themselves is meh. Just give them, you know, a little bit of a boost. You know, so get them up there with the other perks just to make them a little bit more fun, a little bit more dynamic. There's so many choices. I'd hate to see these perks just get left in the dust. So then, some things that were patched from the beginning of the game, because I said, when this game came out, it was a lot more glitchy. You only had 150 health. The tigers would just one-shot you with their certain attack. It was insane. You had the weapon prestige again. You couldn't put your clan tags and your kill counter on the weapons. And also Paint Shop was glitched for zombies, so you couldn't put those on. There were more crashes. Oh my god, it was terrible in the first like week or 2 of the game. The crashes, every single game, you were getting a game crash. And then there were also just a variety of glitches that would happen. Like, there's one where the Blight Father sucks you in with his tongue, and then if you would kill it, you would just get stuck there. There were so many out-of-the-map glitches which they just patched, where, like, if you'd be in the 9 boss fight, you would just get launched up by the elephants and out of the map, and then you would just die. There's the Anywhere But Here glitch on the gondola, where you'd use Anywhere But Here, and you'd, like, teleport out of the map and just die. They fixed that one now. So there were just so many problems with the game. And again, when the game works, it's great. But right now, the game is in a state where it works about 30% of the time, and that 30% is so much fun. But then the other 70% of the time, it's just, nah, we're just gonna crash your game, and then you're gonna lose all your progress, you aren't gonna get any of your XP, and you aren't gonna get any, you'll get the elixirs back, but the talisman, it could stay sometimes it doesn't stay. When I was going for the Easter egg on Blood of the Dead, the host game crashed, and so we all got sent back to the menu, and I didn't keep my talisman. It actually just straight up took my talisman. I still got my XP, but I didn't keep my elixirs, I didn't keep my talisman. They just kind of, boop, they were gone. So, Treyarch, please fix that. Whew. We're done. I've been recording for like an hour now. So, that's been my Black Ops 4 review. The game's been out for almost 4 weeks. This is so many glitches. Again, best Call of Duty game when it works, worst Call of Duty game at launch. And with all the glitches and with everything that's going on with it right now. So, it's going to take some time, Treyarch, but I believe in you. I think that when you fix the game, it's going to be great. But yeah, beasts, my name is Ben Buster Beast. Be sure to keep a lookout for my Blackout review, which should be coming later on, maybe in the next couple months or so. Also, be sure to check out my Mastercraft video that I'm going to be posting in a little bit. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. So, yeah, bye.